I'm Kari, and this is my resurrection story. My life before Christ involved drugs and how I got drugs, what I was going to do to get drugs. That's when God, I think, was intervening when I started hating everything. I wasn't happy, things weren't going right. I started noticing that wasn't the life that I wanted to live or who I wanted to become. That was the person that I didn't want to become, you know. As I watched my dad in active drug addiction and alcoholic growing up, my stepdad as well, and then my mom became a drug addict. I didn't want to be that person. I hated that person. I hated what those things did to my parents, and I became just what I hated. I spent most of my life just looking for a buzz and falling into the lives of people that I was leaning towards for help. I found my best friend dead when I was 25 years old at our house from an overdose. Her heart stopped. And from then on forward, I started spending my life in prison. I was in and out of prison 7 times. On the 6th time, I give my life to Christ. June 1st, 2010, I got arrested in Marion County by the Southeastern Drug Task Force, and I give my life to Christ there in the jail. And from that day forward, Christ has been in my heart. Jason Lozelle, Betty's son, had brought me to Christ. He just kept telling me that I was miserable and that he was going to quit talking to me because I hated everything, and I would say that I hated Jay. His mom went to CCC the whole time and she invited me and him to go to Celebrate Recovery a lot, and we would say yes, but we would never go. I got out of jail. That's the only person I knew to call was Betty. So I called her and she took me with her, and I started going with her from then on out, and she invited me into her small group. They were always there for me. They took me to where I needed to go. They would be there for me. They helped me in every way they could, and they're still there for me, and they're still my small group. And I did turn back to an older life of mine. I was arrested on some minor charges, and I was done again. I've been back with God for the last 2.5 years. I have been blessed to be able to become a recovery specialist, a community health worker, and a recovery coach for the church. And I want to be at God's disposal at any point. I was put into the church for a reason because there's so many people that was involved in my life. I knew that this is where I was supposed to be, you know. I'm supposed to be at Community Church of Columbus. That's where I'm supposed to be. From the judge, from Scott Hunley, from everybody that has bent over backwards to people that have known my parents. There's just so many people in Community Church of Columbus, and I feel like that I've been touched by 3/4 of them in one form or another. So I know that Community Church of Columbus is where I'm supposed to be, and that was my church home, and that's where I've been, and that's where I will be. And so and that's my resurrection story.